They represent each and every member, both in the suppression, medical support, regardless of where it is in the Polk County Fire Rescue family. Each and every time that they present the colors, we acknowledge that we are representing each and every one of you. I get to do the announcement almost every time that we do that. Polk County Fire Rescue Honor Guard was in Ocala this year, and they were the honor guard that was allowed to carry the flag for the fallen firefighter memorial. Would you please rise as the Polk County Honor Guard presents the colors of the United States. We appreciate you coming out this evening to enjoy a time of fellowship together. It's a wonderful time to get together this time of year because you look across the room and you see people that you haven't seen in a long time, not because of anything but geographics of this county. But there's a huge portion of the populace of this room tonight that are represented with people who built this department. The people who have served and have deserved their retirement. There are retirees here tonight from the former Polk County EMS prior to the merger. There are fire prior to the merger and then post-merger. If you're a retiree from either Polk County EMS, Polk County Fire Rescue, would you please stand so we can honor you? Thank you for your service. It's my pleasure this evening to introduce a few dignitaries. In the absence of Chief Cash, who happens to have the flu, we're having to modify a few things tonight. So I would like to ask and recognize the Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners, George Lindsay, who will make a few remarks. And as he's coming to the stage, I would recognize Commissioner Hall, our County Manager, Jim Freeman, Deputy County Manager Bill Beasley, and Deputy County Manager Gary Hester.
Good evening, and on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, I thank you for your service, and on behalf of all the citizens of Polk County who sleep better at night knowing that you guys are on watch, and more importantly, and equally importantly, your families who make the same sacrifice while you're away standing guard over our county. And to your colleagues who are tonight on guard, please extend our gratitude and our appreciation for your service. And thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Good evening to each of you. It's a real privilege to be here tonight. As Commissioner Lindsay said, I would like to thank you for what you do every day. You make a difference in the lives of Polk County citizens every day, and you can be, I'm sure you are proud of what you do, your family members are proud of you, but I want you to know that the Board of County Commissioners and I are proud of you. I consider it a privilege and honor to serve as an employee with you. I want to congratulate ahead of time those that will win awards. There's people here who have won awards in the past, and then many of you will win awards in the future because you all, because of your professionalism, your dedication, make a difference in this county. I'd like to wish you and your families a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for what you do.
At this time, I would like to bring one of our chaplains. We've worked hard in recent years and in the past year in particular, growing a support structure, and part of that support structure is our chaplains. And one of our chaplains will give the invocation as well as the blessing for the food. And after he does so, then we'll give you a little instruction on how we're going to make our way through the food line. Chaplain Steve Kelly.
For those of you who would like to participate, we'd like to say a blessing both for the evening and for the meal. So I'd ask you to bow your heads at this time. Lord, we thank you for the many blessings during this year and being able to gather together to celebrate Christmas. We ask that the starlight of the manger shine bright in our hearts, and may we honor you in all that we do. We ask for wisdom and patience as we work through the changes in process to make us stronger, more responsive, and better able to serve our communities. May you continue to protect Polk County Fire Rescue personnel, their families, and those who are still on duty tonight. We lift up Chief Cash, who was ill and not able to attend, and we ask you to honor him and help him with his healing. Lord, we ask you to bless this meal as we in turn silently thank you, the one who made it possible. May all our runs be in time. Amen.
Heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from you on a lonely, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out a one-note song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. Ooh. See, here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode.
Sometimes I suffer from Alzheimer's. That's when you forget half the stuff you're supposed to do. if you find a pad somewhere on any of your tables with all my notes on it, if you would just hold it up, it would be a huge help for me right now. If not, I'll just keep going. We're going to move into the awards portion of this tonight. Again, my notes are missing and still missing, so I'm going to have to do some of this off the cuff. But I remember getting an email from our awards MC earlier in the week, and he had 2 bios, but I remember something distinctly about the second bio that caught my attention. Yes, he's the Economic Development Council person. He's been employed with Polk County for 34 years. He's a great friend of industry, but I just cannot picture the guy that is going to come up and do our awards for us bungee jumping from a crane. However, he allegedly did. So we're going to have to check into that. I also understand that he was somewhat of a hippie in his younger days and sported long blonde hair, parted in the middle. But today he is the consummate professional, and it's my pleasure to introduce the person who will MC our awards portion, DG, Jim DeGennaro.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's an obvious honor for me to be here with you all tonight as we gather together. First of all, I'd like to recognize my colleague, Sharon Mathis. Sharon this year introduced me to the county's fire rescue diversity training program and recruitment program. And this late in my career, I was hoping to intern and mentor these young people, and of course they taught me more, and it was a very fulfilling experience, and I thank Sharon for that opportunity. You know, firefighters and EMTs help other people, most often strangers, every day. We are family. Tonight we help each other by honoring service and recognizing jobs well done with people who we love and with people who we respect. The first part of our awards program is going to move faster than Bill Beasley at a football game. The Explorer of the Year is Kristen Ward. The CERT Member of the Year is Carolyn Newberger. And our Volunteer of the Year is Phil Nixon. Let's recognize Kristen, Carolyn, and Phil for their great work, even though they're not here with us this evening. Thank you. Now it's the EMS Auxiliary of the Year Award. The Auxiliary is a volunteer group which has donated countless hours writing, supporting, and manning special events associated with EMS and fire rescue. 2 of the charter members of the Auxiliary are in attendance with us tonight. This year's recipient of the Auxiliary Person of the Year is Gilbert Thomas, presented by Lieutenant Nancy Gutierrez. For 25 years, serving as their official record keeper for the group, he's managed the volunteers' records, certifications, and other information critical to proper record keeping. His dedication and support of the Auxiliary are greatly appreciated. Thank you again, Gilbert. Nancy will tell you when you walk away from a deadly fire or a traffic accident, you have to compartmentalize it. You have to go on with your life. The 911 Professional of the Year is presented by Program Manager Sally Jackson. And our winner tonight is Gina Puran. Gina is a devoted wife and mother of 2. She joined the Polk County workforce on July 19, 2011. She brought with her 20 years plus of customer service experience. Before becoming a county employee, Gina worked for Kmart as the front-end manager for 7 years. She started with fire rescue as an addressing specialist and learned the job in a very short time. Gina has worked on two major projects, those being Snively Avenue and Rifle Range Road. She has recently been awarded the position of Development Review Technician. Gina and her husband, Dave, are very proud of their two children, Kuldeep and Sean Denise. Her son has graduated from the IB school in the top 5% countrywide and is now attending the University of Central Florida. And Chandani will graduate in 2 years and intends to pursue a degree in medicine. One of her favorite things to do outside of work is to cook cool Indian dishes that she's very good at, and just ask anybody that's shared her dinners. Again, let's thank Gina for her hard work and dedication. Thank you, Gina. The support person of the year is presented by our fiscal administrator, Joey Rowe. Phyllis Boykin is the medical records supervisor and our HIPAA compliance officer. She oversees medical records and EMS revenue. This past year has been an interesting one in EMS billing for everyone in the office. Along with everyday learning experiences, Phyllis went through contract negotiations with the billing company, which is expected to save EMS more than $400,000 from what we paid them last year. With her assistance, patient billing caught up with the rest of the world and began accepting credit and debit card payments online. In addition to the HIPAA class, she began teaching a documentation class this year. It is through her dedication, patience, and passion that she has been so successful in her job. She has done very well, and she's already looking at more ways to serve and lead. Phyllis, thank you very much for what you do. Diane Surratt is our 2014 Emergency Management Professional of the Year. Diane is presented by Emergency Management Director Pete McNally. Diane joined our emergency management team in November of 2011 and hit the ground running in her role as the Special Needs Coordinators. Her responsibility includes coordinating the registration and shelter assignments for all county residents with special medical needs. Over the past year, she has totally modernized this process, taking it from hundreds of individual paper applications to a more efficient electronic database of registrants. She has also totally revamped the annual shelter staff training, incorporating many more hands-on drills and staff interactive activities in the past years. Aside from her primary responsibilities, Diane is also a certified trainer of multiple emergency management courses and has put that expertise to practice by instructing several of those courses for our Polk County partners. She is also in the process of completing a master exercise practitioner course at the National Emergency Management Institute in Emmitsburg, Maryland, which will also help enhance our county's emergency management exercise program. Diane has proved to be an invaluable member of the emergency management staff, and it's a great pleasure to recognize her as the 2014 Emergency Management Professional of the Year. Well done. We will now honor our Fire Prevention Inspector and Officer of the Year with our new Fire Marshal, Keith Williams, presenting. Merry Christmas, Keith, and welcome to the team. Thank you. In the course of human events, it sometimes becomes necessary for people to step up and demonstrate qualities often overlooked in our outward evaluation of others. When this occurs, people have a tendency to step up and perform at admirable levels that they don't even think they are capable of. Those individuals reluctantly accept the demands imposed on them due to the relative uncertainty, not having a predisposed comfort level, and sometimes their lack of confidence in their own abilities. This year, some major events occurred in the fire prevention branch that required our employees to excel. For different reasons, individuals were selected for their performance above and beyond. With major operational changes, individuals were thrust into positions of ensuring continuity of the operations that had been institutionalized for many years. Individuals accepted that challenge and continued the mission of the branch, the department in Polk County. They acknowledged that it wasn't an easy task, but they accepted it and performed superbly. With that new responsibility and the uncertainty of the new position, they quickly adapted to the ever-changing job requirement. Their dedication to duty, their performance in the department, and their leadership qualities have led Polk County Fire Rescue to recognize John Adler and Captain Jack Williams as Fire Inspector and Fire Prevention Officer of the Year for 2014. Please join me as we recognize these two individuals. With us tonight is John, who is fresh off a honeymoon. Congratulations, John, you and your bride. At this time, I'm going to ask Assistant Fire Chief Rick Parnell to come up, and Rick will provide us some background on the Friend of Fire Rescue. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. For those of you who know, every year, the Friend of the Fire Rescue has been one of our select awards each and every year. It's very, very big within our division, and the chief puts a lot of stock in it. All the previous recipients had one unique quality in common. Several have joined us here tonight. They have a genuine, heartfelt desire to be part of the success and progress of Polk County Fire Rescue. They understand that it's a team of people who come together to provide selfless commitment for the safety and protection of our guests and citizens each and every day. This year, our Friend of Fire Rescue is from that same mold. His commitment to service is well recognized by industry, commerce, economic institution, and government agencies alike. In the years he has been a part of Polk County government, his assistance to our division has been complete with tenacity and commitment, just as he does those from the board and industry. His unique personality and sincerity are as real as his fondness of People's Barbecue. He claims he has no right to call himself a part of our fraternity of public safety professionals, but nothing could be further from the truth. His dedication to our recent class of recruits proves just the opposite. He spent hours reinforcing to those recruits that this is not a job, it's a calling. It's not head knowledge that makes a public safety professional. It is first and foremost a heartfelt desire. If you do not have the heart to serve, you can never learn to put yourself in danger's way. The only way he can understand that concept is to have that heart for our profession, conveying to the recruits that they represent the people of this county by action and attitude, reinforcing valued positive customer service components. Occasionally he gets free coffee at a local convenience store because they think he is in public safety. Maybe in reality they realize the real reason, because he is. Why? Because he is one of us. He exudes the respect that most public servants have, a true servant to others. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present the 2014 Friend of Fire Rescue, Jim DG DeGenero. We love you, man.
Oh, thank you, man. What a wonderful surprise.
Very much so.
Wow. What a great honor. My wife hates it when I wear those fire shirts out. I'm really like George Costanza, knocking people over if there's a whiff of smoke or whatever. But I love you guys for being out there, as Mr. Freeman and as Commissioner Lindsay said, for doing your service every day. You're to be respected. At this time, we're going to move on to the Awards-2014 Award. What a neat name. This is going to be presented by Chief Mike Linkins. The 2014 Iguana Award will be presented to two recipients this year, Lieutenant Chris Riley and Paramedic Amanda Reynolds. These two employees serve on opposite sides of the county. However, their actions are very similar. The award in years past have been representative of selfless, usually unknown acts of kindness to someone in need. This year is no different. Last year during our holiday season, both of these champions singled out a family in need and provided and arranged for the children of these families to have what we consider a normal Christmas. They provided gifts and other items for the children, never revealing to the kids where they actually came from. For the sensitive ears in the house, they assisted Santa in locating these children. The circumstances for each of these families are different. This is a common act of kindness that usually goes unnoticed. We know these are not the only personnel that have done these kinds of acts of kindness. However, we are recognizing all who have accomplished this by allowing Chris and Amanda to be our ambassadors for their acts of kindness that are done every day. They tonight are representing all of you who have exemplified the spirit of the Iguana Award. All of you have reached out with your hearts to help other people. Congratulations and thank you for being a great human being. Interim Chief Raf Vitone is going to help us present the EMT of the Year for 2014. Thank you, Raf. This year we acknowledge the team effort of Polk County Fire Marshal, of Polk County Fire's Marsha Adams and her husband, Bartow firefighter EMT Jeff Adams. Let me tell you a story. On the morning of April 10, approximately at about 10:30 a.m., the Lakeland Fire Department R-22 was dispatched to an unresponsive patient at the intersection of Glendale Street and Bellwood Avenue. Upon arriving at the scene, Lakeland Fire Department and Polk County EMS personnel were met by two off-duty firefighters performing CPR on the 22-year-old patient. Witnesses state that the patient was jogging westward on Glendale Street when they saw him collapse. Bartow firefighter Jeff Adams and his wife, Polk County firefighter Marsha, were driving eastbound on Glendale Street just seconds after the young man collapsed. Both the Adams quickly pulled to the side of the road and began cardiopulmonary resuscitation while awaiting the arrival of both Lakeland and the Polk County EMS. Upon arrival, the Lakeland Fire Department rescue firefighters began compressions while the Adams were performing rescue breathing on the young patient. Both fire departments and the EMS crews worked quickly to apply the AED and begin other advanced life support measures. There is no doubt that the quick action of these folks helped save the life of the young man. According to the hospital staff, just hours after the young man went into cardiac arrest and arrived at the Lakeland Regional Medical Center, he was sitting upright in his hospital bed, alert, oriented in his speaking. It is our pleasure to present Marsha with the agency's award and acknowledge the team effort for both she and her husband. Marsha and Jeff have also been awarded the Greater Bartow Chamber of Commerce Public Safety Award for 2014 for this call. Are the Adams here? Great job. Thank you. The Paramedic of the Year for 2014 will also be presented by RAF. Let's tell a story that's very timely for this Christmas season. On January 3 of this year at around 1 o'clock in the morning, off-duty Polk County Fire Rescue Lieutenant Paramedic Ryan Corbett assisted in the delivery of his son while at home. He said that around 2:30, his wife, who was 9 months pregnant, started having mild contractions. He started getting ready to drive his wife to the hospital when her contractions became more severe. She was on the bathroom floor and said, "The baby's coming," and birth was imminent. Lieutenant Corbett phoned 911 and dispatched to their home was Polk County Fire Rescue Engine 461 and Ambulance Medic 46. Before the engine or ambulance arrived, the baby's head had delivered with the amniotic, you got it, sac still around the head, an umbilical cord tightly around the neck. This was an emergency that, if not corrected quickly, could result in death. Lieutenant Paramedic Corbett's training took over, and he quickly cut and removed the sac, only to find the baby blue and very sluggish. He then used wrapping paper ribbon to tie the umbilical cord and cut and remove the cord from around the baby's neck. Within seconds, his wife had completely given birth. Lieutenant Paramedic Corbett started suctioning the airway, warming and stimulating his newborn son. Around this time, Engine 461 and the ambulance arrived at their home. With the efforts from all the responders, Lieutenant Paramedic Corbett's new son was breathing and responding appropriately. They were transported to the hospital by medic number 46. Joy to the world, another beautiful baby has entered the world. Congratulations, Lieutenant. The Firefighter of the Year Award will be presented by Deputy Chief Tony Kraus. This year, we are proud to acknowledge Derek Ball as this year's recipient. On April 5th of this year, while on a family outing, he encountered a bull that had apparently fallen from a high ridge and was stuck in the mud. A couple on an airboat tried in vain to flag several boaters over to assist in getting the bull out of the mud. Finally, someone came along that would assist, and that was Derek. He rescued the bull, and this was filmed and featured on Fox 13. This is going well until the lady on the airboat has an asthma attack. The patient had only experienced 2 attacks in her life. This one was while she was still in the water. Derek changed from citizen to rescuer. Using his training as a firefighter EMT, he was able to take care of the patient until help arrived. In the words of the victim, without his quick efforts and care, she would have drowned. For your efforts in saving a life, although you are off duty, your actions reflect a high quality of commitment to your profession. Congratulations, Firefighter of the Year, Derek Ball. Way to go, cowboy. When the captain commands we're going in, that action separates the real firefighters from the pretenders. It's a long way from every kid's dream of driving a fire engine, and Derek Ball here represents the best. The Fire Officer of the Year Award for 2014 is out of town, but Deputy Chief Mike Linkins is going to be our presenter. The award is going for Battalion Chief John Ashley. Chief Ashley, on November 23 last year, exemplified to his co-workers and crew that customer service is a key component of public service. A structure fire occurred while a family was preparing their Thanksgiving meal the next day. The fire damaged the stove being used to prepare the meal and was rendered unusable. When Chief Ashley discussed the damage and the inability to use the stove in the home, the owner realized that what they were trying to convey, and Ashley says, we encounter these kind of people every day, and kindness is just inherent in our jobs. It was revealed at first that this Thanksgiving, the owner would not have this stove, and they were not doing well because of the unexpected death of her husband 3 weeks earlier. Her intent was to try to make life as normal as she could for the kids in the house and for the family, and now the damaged stove just complicated things. Chief Ashley, on his own, went to a nearby appliance store and out of his own resources purchased a stove and had it delivered to the residents. This allowed the family to continue their Thanksgiving meal. He was also moved by his engine crew's quick action to clean the kitchen from the smoke and water to help complete the project. He truly has shown not only leadership, but also compassion and care in this situation. It is an honor to present John this year's Fire Officer of the Year Award, and now we have a brief special presentation. Roll it. That's it? Now it is my pleasure to introduce Chief Mike Lunsford, who will honor the Bob Gilmore Meritorious Service Awards. Thank you for the honor of letting me be up here a little bit tonight. Love y'all.
Has anybody found my notes yet? Okay, it's off the cuff. But sometimes that's the best way. If you'll look on the back side of your program, it explains just a little bit about Bob Gilmore. Polk County Fire Rescue developed a couple years ago 2 medals. Those medals will not necessarily be bestowed each year. They will only be bestowed when it is appropriate to do so. This year we'll be bestowing the Bob Gilmore Meritorious Service Award, and you can read there a little bit about Bob, and it was our desire to keep both Bob's and Ben Lang's legacies and memories alive forever. A family, fire rescue, EMS, police. It's a family. We argue, we fight, we cry together, we love, we laugh, and sometimes tragedy strikes. In February of this year, our family took a gasp. There's a young man sitting in the back. For those of us who've broken our necks, it's tough. There's another one tonight here too. Young man broke his neck, and our family took a deep, deep breath. And the family of fire rescue came together like it's done many times before. But when it came together this time, it came together with love, support, compassion, prayers, financial support, legal support, a gamut. David and we did that because we love you. But 2 people shine, meritorious service, went above and beyond. They took the bull by the horns because this young man's life had been changed forever, including his living style. We had to alter his home. That's an expensive project. This project was managed by two people who have a tenacity unmatched. And as soon as y'all probably have already guessed who they are by now. But there are talents in the room like Lewis. And we're so glad that Lewis is here with us tonight. Others who had no talents in construction dug in and made this young man a home that would be something that he could work in, live in, and learn to overcome his obstacles each and every day. The Bob Gilmore Meritorious Service Award is representative of that. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the dual recipients of the Bob Gilmore Meritorious Service Medal, Jay and Danelle Swartz. That's the fun part. In the absence of Chief Cash, someone who's a friend of mine from a long time, who's going to step in and say a few words, it's a pleasure to be able to introduce him. I go back a long way. Whenever I was working Station 3 in Lake Wales, one night I heard a K car, which was a patrol car that had a dog in it, come to my rescue because there was a murderer actually in our building. And Deputy Sheriff Gary Hester shows up with his K9 car in his K9 dog and rescued the day. It's my pleasure to introduce the new Deputy County Manager over Public Safety to say a few words, Chief Gary Hester.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity, Mike. And on behalf of Chief Cash, I want to thank each of you for your service and for certainly for the folks that were recognized tonight. And I know there's many, many more in our organization every day that charges in when everyone else is charging out to stand in the gap and provide service to our fellow citizens. But Chief Cash, I thought he was just ill yesterday because we had a staff meeting. But obviously it wasn't me he was sick of, because he's sick today, and I know he would have been here if he wasn't truly ill. So he's fighting some flu symptoms, so please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. But it's truly an honor to be a part of this team. I've been in public service my entire life, my adult life. I don't think there's anything more honorable than to serve our fellow citizens. And I guess I'll have to admit at being here almost 9 weeks now that I finally realized why God created paramedics and firefighters and EMTs, and truly I believe it's so police officers would have heroes. And Debbie, I hate to admit that, but I've been in law enforcement and in service for all of my adult life. But I have really, in the last 9 weeks, I've met some very fine folks. Our county is well served and well protected. We've got very committed professionals, and I truly do appreciate what you do. And I can tell you that the folks on the 4th floor at the Neil Cumbie building appreciates what you do, and I've heard that many, many times. We're a great organization. We got great people, and that's why we have a great organization. We have many challenges. We've accomplished a lot. I think all of us, and I think you would agree with this if you reflect on it, are standing on the shoulders of giants. There's many, many folks who's gone before us. Many of them are here tonight. They've done wonderful things. They've done great things. They've served our community well. But there's plenty of work left to be done. And my encouragement to you tonight is for us to be committed to be better tomorrow than we are today, and the next day to be a little bit better and a little bit better. We're great today, but there's a potential for us to be a lot greater in the future. But it's going to take all of us working together, not focusing on the things we can't do, but focusing on the things we can do. And I'm convinced in the 9 short weeks that I've been here and the time I've interacted with the men and women of Polk County Fire Rescue, there's really not anything we can't accomplish or we can't overcome if we stick together and we work hard. It's an honor to be a part of this team. I look forward to serving with you for many years into the future. I ask that you certainly during this holiday season take time to spend with your family and reflect on the things that are really, really important, and that is your family and your friends, to take care of one another and to look for opportunities to serve and stand in the gap and continue to do what you were called into this business to do. But it's my honor to be here tonight. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Look forward to getting to know some of you that I really don't know, and to continue to work closely with all of you and continue the partnerships and relationships that we're working so hard to forge with our community. So God bless you. Thank you for your service. I congratulate all of you who were recognized tonight for your outstanding service. And I thank all of you for being willing to serve and to put yourselves in harm's way to protect people that you don't even know. And I think that you'll be richly blessed for that. So God bless you. Thank you for being here tonight. And please don't be a stranger. If you get around the 4th floor, stop in. You may catch me in my office, I'm not sure, but I'll be there. But I look forward to spending more time with you. So have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Would the representative from the United States Marine Corps please come to the stage? It all started in 1947 over a Raggedy Ann doll that someone tried to give away and no one would take it. And the wife of a Marine said, "That's not good." And if anybody knows the wife, even though the Marine is the Marine, the wife, for those of us who are house trained, knows who follows the orders. She told her husband, "I want somebody to take this toy." In 1947, they started a campaign. The next year, nationwide, they raised 5,000 toys. In 2013, they raised $469 million. We try to fill an ambulance up. On behalf of Polk County Fire Rescue, it's our privilege to give the United States Marine Corps Reserves this toy for Toys for Tots.
Thank you.
Okay, I have 2 bosses in my life, and one of them's coming to the stage. Rose is going to do some door prizes, which is what really everybody came for anyway.
Okay, as Mike just talked about, I got that. You forgot, I got it. That was part of our Polk County Fire Rescue Gives Back, our Toys for Tots. This year, we adopted a new section, another part of our Polk County Fire Rescue Gives Back, and that's what you see up here. This is something that we've got started between all fire and EMS, the battalions. We've had some friendly competition between groups, and we are actually going to provide stockings and stocking stuffers for the 60 patients at the Roar Home. So we're pretty excited about that. That's what you see here, and it's been a great success, and I know we'll continue that next year. So, door prizes, how do they work? Remember how we always encourage you to RSVP? You'll be glad you did. Before we get started, when we do call your name, see, I'm being positive for all of you, you come up to either one of the trees and take your present. If your name's called and you want to bring your guest or your child or your wife to help you make up your mind, then go ahead and come up. We do want to thank our prize sponsors this year. First of all, Keystone Challenge Fund was very, very generous with helping us with this. Polk County Fire Rescue IAFF 3531, Polk County Fire Rescue Medela Volunteers, Polk County Fire Rescue IAEP, and also, as you see on the tables, the poinsettias were donated by the Lowe's in Plant City. You ask why Plant City? Well, the manager happens to be married to one of the secretaries, Shanda, so we kind of got an outside source there.